Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Outlanders. We're here in my main base of the season, and today we're going to get started on the Guardian collection system, or at least hopefully we're going to finish it as well. Now as you can see, I've put in the 25 spots where the Guardians are going to spawn, and I've been trying to do a little bit of thinking in between episodes as to where I want these things to go. Now I do want the Guardian killing station to be somewhere down here. I'm not exactly sure where, but the jet bets, we are going to collect them all into one spot. Now what I'm thinking is that each of these, I'm going to have the water part just around where they're supposed to. They're then going to drop and then drain into a single spot using collection systems, using ice, I think, possibly, and the prismarine. So we're going to use water, what do you call them? Water tunnels, I think you call them. And they're all going to drain to a single spot. So where that ends up, I'm still yet to discover. So we are going to have to plan that. But first off, we're going to have to go find some ice. And I think there's an ice biome this way, if I'm correct. Now, in between episodes, I've also repaired my Silk Touch pickaxe, mostly by fishing and then getting rid of the enchanted bows and fishing rods that we got. So that should help us a fair bit. Right, so let's collect up the ice, which is somewhere around here, and then we should be good to continue on. It's amazing what you can find when you're flying about. I just discovered this thing, which is a nice upside down or sideways shipwreck, I think. But how this kind of ship actually got here, we never know, but hopefully there is things in here. Now, pretty much every single previous treasure map that we've had before always led to the same one, so let's hope this one doesn't. Now, is there anything else in here for me? It doesn't look like it. I might need to chop my way through here, and no, there doesn't appear to be anything. So let's have a look at this map. Hopefully there is something different on this treasure map, and it's the same one as all the others. Actually, is that one the same or is it slightly different? Looks to be slightly different. I'm not 100% certain. Let's have a look. We're going to have to go back to the base to look at our other treasure maps, because I also need rockets, as you can see from my inventory. So we're going to have to go back to the base, get some more rockets, and then we should be good to continue finding the ice spikes biome. One short trip to the ice spikes biome later. I hold here in my hand two different maps. We've got the one on my right, which I've had before, and the one on my left, which is the one that I've just collected. And if you note there's no difference, that's the same with every single treasure map I've collected, which is annoying to say the least. I've come over here to the shopping district because I was just over here by the desert to collect some cactus, and I've decided to come over here to see if I've got any more profits from my store. And it looks like someone's actually set up another store over here. I think this one sells bones and bone meal, and it looks like someone else has been starting up some roads, so that is going to be useful. This certainly will make a little bit more organized, unlike our season 2, I think it was our season 2 world, which was just shops all over the place and roads just fit in wherever they could. So let's have a look. Now, in between episodes, I know I collected about 8 diamonds worth of stuff, and I'm thinking, where's the, there it is. Oof, more profit, that's really good to see. I think they took some of the helmet one, which is good to see, and these, I'm not sure which one they took. They certainly took that one, whatever that one was, and I don't know if they took any of that, so it's kind of hard to tell when it's just a mess everywhere. So that is a good start. We've made 16 diamonds off just one shop in 2 days. Hopefully that streak continues. Now that we've got the cactus down there slowly growing, it's time to start work on the construction part of this episode, which is going to be actually building all these chutes and everything where the guardians are going to firstly spawn and then get pushed away to their inevitable doom. I'm not going to be able to say that word right, aren't I? Now I've popped into a testing world just to see what we can do, and yes, it is actually the same seed as on the server, but this is a testing world and we're going to come in here. Now what we've got here is a chute of water that goes directly down. If we just spawn a guardian in, you'll see it goes straight down into this. Now while a 2x2 segment will work, what the problem we have is that the spawning spot is just 1 square. So what I want to do here as well is see if the guardians will firstly spawn in just the 1 block, and if they'll get pushed down, and then secondly if they can actually push down, if they can actually, if they can actually subsist in a 1x1 square. So that's going down, and then if I do that all the way along, and the same on this side, and here. Okay, we need to get rid of that guardian, but we've now got a 1x1 square. Will they come down? And no, that's not what I wanted. Will they follow the chute nicely? Yes, they will. So that actually makes it a lot easier. We can just build 1x1 squares. I think a sign here though would be better than the fence gate. That was for a different purpose. The next question is, will the chute be able to focus with a lot of guardians going on at the same time? And the answer to that is yes. Without my interference, they do seem to be wanting to push down, and not really sure if I need the ice, but it does seem like they will push down quite nicely. So it looks like this design is going to work. We're just going to need to start to build it. Now we do have to be rather careful with how we build this, because this isn't actually where the guardians spawn. They spawn 3 blocks, I think it is, below the water. So we've got the surface water there, then this block here, then this block here. So if we do this, and of course my pickaxe isn't in my inventory, but if we do something like this, and then bring this out like so, 1 more block, come on, get rid of that, 1 more block like this, they'll spawn on this block here. Then all we have to do is put in 9 blocks around it, I think would be best, and the glass from under it. And I've done this the wrong way around, haven't I? Should have started from the bottom, but never mind, we've got the start of what we need to build. So from here we need to put water underneath this block here, and glass surrounding it. I'm thinking glass surrounding it so we can see if the guardians are actually spawning and whatnot. Now, how do I get glass underneath this without building a whole lot of other things? Because I don't have any scaffolding on me at the moment, so that is going to present a bit of a problem. Wait, what? What the heck is going on? That shouldn't be, because the water isn't in the spot where it's supposed to be spawning. Unless, this is really odd, because that is really not supposed to be happening at the moment, and yet they are spawning. It's odd. Because, yeah, they're supposed to spawn right up there, but they're somehow spawning in here. I don't know, I'm going to have to fly around a bit. So if I fly around here, wait around here, and then come round, are they going to spawn again? Yes, they are. That is odd. I'm going to have to do a bit of experimentation and a bit of questioning, because I don't think that's supposed to happen. I've been doing a fair bit of questioning on various servers as well as looking at this thing, and it appears that guardians are spawning in the second bit of water here as well as down here. I'm not really sure why, and I don't think there's a way to stop it. So what I'm going to have to do is just deal with it, I guess. Let's get rid of these guardians and stop up this water, so we're not getting guardian spawns. Where's my other bucket? This might be a little bit trickier than I thought, but yes, we should be able to get ourselves a working guardian farm reasonably quickly. Well, after a fair bit of building, I've got myself most of the bits. I've got them all draining into the one segment in the middle. Now, this is going to obviously be quite crowded with all of these crowded in, so what I'm thinking is that this one in particular will not be 1 wide, but it'll be 3 wide, which should give it plenty of room to move all the guardians down. I'm going to have to be very careful about how I manipulate the water as well. Actually, oh man. Actually, now that I think about it, I just need to use signs to prevent the water from going where I do not want it to go, and things like that should mean this is a little bit more efficient. Now, for where the guardians are going to drain to, it's not exactly determined yet. I do want to have a segment in the middle, around here, where they drain into, which is the exact center of the base, of course. But how I'm going to get down into that level is still to be decided. So quite a few bits still being worked out. I've worked out a little bit more of where I want the Guardians to go. They're all going to drain into this center 3x3 area. I suppose I could go a little bit smaller, but 3x3 seems to be, or at least for me, the best idea. Now, I'm going to put that off for a little while, because what I want to do now is do a little bit of a circle, an inner circle in here. I'm not exactly sure how big, but it does need to have one center square. I'm not, or maybe, because I do want to put paths down the middle here, and here as well, somewhat similar to the paths that's circling it outside. So this needs to be big enough to hold the center circle, as well as be able to do tunnels or water streams on each of the 4 corners, or 4 bits around it as well. So that's going to be a big consideration. So what I think I'll do first is start work on these center lines, these bits, transform them into the design I'm going to go for, which is the same as this one here, and go from there. Okay, so I've now done these nice and straight lines into the center, and of course I ran out of resources again. I don't have any sea lanterns, so that's something we're going to have to look at. I also decided that I'm going to do a nice circle in the middle to be a nice column, and it's going to go from the top to the bottom, I reckon. So I'm not quite certain where or how it's going to look, but hopefully, oh great, it's going to look okay, and should, from the bottom, even if we can get, oh wait, that's not quite centered, is it? You can see there, this side on the right is not quite the same on the left, so I'm going to have to correct that. But the basic idea is to have a column going all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top, and then do a kind of helix thing going around it. Now, I need to figure out my way out. I forgot I removed the center line going up, so we're going to have to go into the ladder, hence why I was wandering around like a headless chicken for a bit. Right, so after that little mistake has been corrected, I think I'll do the glass bit now. We just want to go with a lot of this cyan-stained glass thing, and I'm not entirely certain how I'm going to do it. But if I just do something like this to start, and I'm not sure what I'll put under it, so I'm thinking either prismarine or this prismarine brick stuff. I'm not 100% certain. And of course all this stuff is getting in the way. But if I did 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, another one, 4, then we can start coming in a little. I'm not side, something like this. How did I do it? So I need to go like this on this side and one more up. This is where why I need to plan more. Like this and this. Could that do something well? And that looks sort of okay, I guess. So that's, and then if we go like that on each of the 4 sides, we should get a decent idea of what we're doing. I've completed a fair bit of the inside cylinder, and it's starting to look okay. I think you really need to go a fair way out to make it look okay. So there we go, it's sort of starting to rise. We haven't done any of the low bits because they're going to be a little bit harder, and we're going to have to do those from the bottom. But yeah, I think it's starting to look okay. What I really do want though is some kind of diagonal going up, kind of like a helix, just going around and up to the top, which I haven't yet worked out what I want to be yet either. Right, so now I need to do a bit of testing. I've got this pit down here. All I need to do is put in some water. I've got some water buckets. So hopefully these should start spawning guardians, I think, because of my earlier tests. Then if I do one here and one here, hopefully some guardians start spawning, and hopefully they don't start killing me. But if they don't, I just need to get some water and put it into these little points in here. So let's do a little bit of testing and see what happens. Well, you may notice quite a bit of a difference, or a slight difference, between our last clip and this clip. For a start, these things are now 1 block below where they originally were, and for a second I've got quite a few more levels and quite a few more things done around here. Now, the reason for that is mainly I forgot to record a couple of clips, so that's a little bit disappointing. But what we have discovered is that Guardian farming is a little bit more annoying in the Bedrock version. They apparently can spawn from about y = 61, which, if I'm right, is let's see, they are from this block here, which means I should have keep these above, like that one there, and they go all the way down to y equals 31, which is quite a ways down, and I think it's actually at the bottom of this thing. So if I just quickly jump down, 31. So roughly around here, which means all of this could be Guardian spawning material, which means I've sort of wasted all my time draining all this thing. I'm not really sure what to make of that, or what I'm going to do with this thing now, because it's a little bit annoying that I've done all this work and it's just wasted, I suppose. Although, that's what I've had an idea. If I transform all of these into just draining into the middle, and then a second layer below that, a third layer below that, and so on and so forth, I think that would be pretty good. And then somewhere along there we just stop and do a nice platform, and that will be the bottom of our base. And that will be somewhere possibly around that height, where my cursor is now. Because over there we've got ourselves some land that's going to make it a little bit annoying to build around. So let's figure out what we're going to do next. I think what we should do first is start deconstructing this around it, or building this thing. It's quite a conundrum that I've got myself into. What I'm reading at the moment is that Guardians if the Guardians spawn with this around, as I explained earlier, and I just dropped, which isn't what I wanted to do. So Guardians do spawn, and they need, if the block above them is transparent, like an air block or a water block, sign, slab, etc., let's see, they will spawn. However, in the Bedrock edition, if the sky axis is obstructed by a solid block, the Guardians spawn faster. So that means, because they spawn at that one there, it's obstructed there, so they're not going to spawn there. So if I have these one more higher, which I can't, well, at least there, wait, there I can, so it'll just be tubes. And over here, if I do one more above, and then block it off, like so, that means it should spawn at the best rate possible, I think. Now if I put water in, I'm not sure if I can yet. That in theory means the Guardians should start spawning, and yes, they do start spawning in water as well. So if I put water here as well, they should also start spawning, because that is a place where they can spawn. And all of this is a place where they can spawn. So I really have a decision to make. Do I go with this and water channels, or do I just make an entire segment? And after quite a bit of testing, it seems that these things here aren't actually going to spawn them, or they are going to spawn them at a very low rate. So what I might do is remove these things and just put glass on top of the entire thing, and the same with here, and then I might think about doing a second layer below, because I'm not sure if they will spawn here as well, if I built one below. So I'm going to have to do a bit of testing on that as well. And as I hope you can see, we've put in all the glass there. I think it looks pretty good from on top, so I think I might leave it like that. However, we do have a small, or quite a large problem actually, in that the Guardians are sort of getting stuck there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's about half a dozen Guardians there, and they're sort of phasing into the walls. So I'm not quite certain how to fix it, unless I need to put glass all the way down, because some of them are coming down, some of them are not. So that's something to look at as well. So quite a few problems going on with the Guardian farm actually. I did a bit of reading, and it turns out that this thing up here, the Guardian's just floating in midair, is a bit of a bug. So hopefully Young are going to fix this thing, because this is a little bit annoying. It's really going to hamper what my farm is going to produce. So yeah, hopefully they fix that. Anyhow, bugs aside, we still have quite a bit more water to place in, as well as work out an automatic killing mechanism for this. So what we're going to do is just set up so it automatically kills the Guardians for now, so we don't have to worry about standing there and automatically killing them ourselves. And for that, I'm thinking magma, and then we're going to put some hoppers or hopper minecarts underneath. So hopefully I've got some magma here. Hopefully I do. I'm sure I have some. There's still soil, which is not what we want. We've got none of that. Please tell me. I'm certain I had some. magma cubes or magma things is going to help there. No, no, and no. I do have more magma cream here. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing. Only 5, which isn't going to be enough. I'm going to have to work on that. Now, one thing I need to check before I start this thing is if the magma block is going to allow things to drop through them. Now, it doesn't appear so. So that means we're going to need a minecart hopper. Let's get rid of the slime. Thankfully, I've already created a few of those, so that's one there. Now, I need to get rid of this guy in. I need the magma blocks here, I think. And then I need blocks. Oh no, I'm not doing this the right order. I should do the collection chamber first, which I need more hoppers. Alright, let me just get some. Alright, so we've got our chest, collection chest, and we've got our 9 hoppers. We've got quite a few items in our inventory. But never mind that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that's connected in. Where is it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need to put some rails on top of here so we can get the minecart hoppers on. And now I need to figure out how to get rid of this. How can I get this thing? Where is my slab? Oh no, I'm gonna have to work this out a different way. No. Something like that. And like that. Then if I push this off, I should be able to collect that. Yes, there we go. Now, I need to figure out how I can get this on with only using 2, which I don't think it's going to be possible. So we might have to go up and get a few more things. Okay, let's work on this.